professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. So in this I have to discuss about the one of the program which we have to ask in the internal question paper. So I have to discuss with the explanation. So the program is vowels count. So we have to give the some of the string values. So from that string value we have to count the vowels. That vowels is A, E, I, O, U. So we have to count the vowels from the text which we have to be given. So at the starting I have to create the class file. So the class name is vowel count, public static void main string args. Then next I have to define the value as string hello, H-E-L-L-O. H-E-L-L-O. So this is the string which I have to give it. So in that string they have to count the vowel values. So initially the count will be 0. So I have taken that value as initial value as 0. So in this I have to use the for loop. So the initial value is 0. So in this I have to mention s dot length. So I will be the less than s dot length. So the length will be the value as 5. So in that for loop they have to be find out the index value only. So I have to define. So less than length means they have to travel only from the 0 to 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's why I have to be mentioned the value I value, index value will be 0 and the I value less than length. So it will be length is 5. So the less than length means we have to execute till 4. So 0 to 4, the length is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the length is 5. So I have to mention from the index value 0 to 4. So that's why I have to be mentioned s dot length, I less than s dot length. So once the loop is executed, so it will be incremented for another trip. So in this I have to mention char ch equal to character dot lowercase. If I have to be mention the string value as in a uppercase, so it will be converted into a lowercase. So that's why I have to mention these values. So after that we have to check the values. So character, inside that character if it have an A, E, I, O, U. So these are all the 5 values we have to be checked in that string. So then after that the count will be increased. So this is the program structure. So at last I have to be mentioned the value as count. So the at last the count will be displayed. So in this I have to be mentioned first value is H. So when the H will be included, so it will check the value. So either it is an uppercase. So if it is an uppercase, it will be changed into a lowercase. So after that, it have to be check the value as H is related with either A, E, I, O, U. So that is not in the included in the vowels. So the count will be increased as count will be 0. So then in that next loop, H, E. The next value is E. So after that, so it will be checked either an uppercase or lowercase. So after that, it will be checked the value is related with these 5 values. Yes, it is E. So the count will be increased as 1. So then after that, then next value as L and the next value as L. So all 2 L values will be go inside the for loop. So that value will be in that same. The count will not be increased while the L and 2 L's are in this for loop. So at the last the O value, so when O value will be in the for loop, so this is the last value. So it check it either an uppercase or lowercase. So after checking, it will be checked the particular string value is related with the vowels A, E, I, O, U. Yes, the O will be inside the vowel values. The count will be increased. So after that, the string will be passed in the for loop, the count will be 2. So because in that AEIOU, the 2 values E and O are inside the string. So that's why the count will be 0. After the looping process, the count is in that I have to display the count value in system.out.println. So after that the output will be 2. So this is the structure for creating the vowels count in for loop. So this is the structure. We have to define the 2 things. In that for loop, we have to identify the index value. So index value starting from 0 and the length less than the length. So the length will be 5. So the less than the length will be, it will be calculated as a 4. So this is the first thing. The next one we have to change either a value will be in uppercase, we have to convert into a lowercase. So this is the second thing. And we have to check the values, that string values either in AE, IOU, we have to use the if statement. So these three things we have to notify to find out the vowels count for the given string. Thank you.